Hello and welcome. I am your host, Elizibar. This is Razor's Edge Anthology #1. Who knows if there's going to be a #2? This is from, well, I don't actually know, like, for sure if they're what the company name is. Like, it's Emerald slash Dark, or maybe it's London Night Studios. I don't know, man. I just live in this world, okay? I would show you, like, the 9 variant covers that are on the back, but there's a bunch of not safe for work variant covers of other books. I guess these are also the people that publish the Cave Woman stuff, which I don't think I've ever seen before now. I've seen the names in like my Graham Crackers newsletter every month or something, like, oh, Cave Woman blah 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 is coming out, but there's never any in the store, so I've never seen them before. Apparently, they got big Ghibli bits on the covers all the time. Anyway, this is an anthology book, and the reason I bought it is I opened it up. On the first page, we had this crazy angel dude shanking a guy with a sword, okay? If that doesn't make you want to buy the book, I don't know what will. So anyway, this dude here, the morbid angel, I've already blanked on what this guy's actual name was, but he's down here to kill bad people. That's his job. What a job, huh? Gosh, look at that inside cover. Like, that's great, man. The line art in this is great. This reminds me very much of crazy independent comics from the 90s. Like, if you've been hanging around my channel for a while, you will have seen me talk about how I like crazy stuff, how I like weird stuff. And it's true, man. I pick up weird stuff out of the 50 cent or the dollar bin every Wednesday, and sometimes you get something that's just way, way out there, and it's just a blast. It's like, man, this is the most 90s thing I can imagine. This book, this whole little anthology, it feels very 90s. I don't know if it's because the black and white line art with all the heavy lines everywhere, like that might be part of it, but it feels very 90s. So basically, this dude kills this serial killer here, and then a demon pops out of the serial killer. Like, that's the story. He's got like his background described in like a 2-page bit, but him and this big demon dude, they have a throwdown for a couple of pages, and it's pretty great, man. I think I would have liked, like, what might actually, let me speak better, what might actually have been fun is if this had been the whole book, and the whole book had been these two guys having their throwdown. That's okay. He looks menacing. He's got confidence. He's got this axe. It's fun. Excuse me. Lots of fun. Then there's a second story about this assassin lady, and we'll just kind of cover that up. She goes to visit, her boyfriend or whatever. They get a little freaky for a couple of pages, and then I really can't show you the rest of the story because she is kind of naked in the rest of the story. But I can show you, like, the very top of the page there. Like, it's, pretty violent. Yeah, that's a good panel right there, actually. The shattered glass and all that. He's like some kind of crime boss or something, I guess, because his name is Big Polly, and she totally pops him. So we get introduced to her. She is Lethal Strike. We have what's her credit page or something here? There you go. You can see who worked on that story. Great line art. Pretty good pacing. A little cheap. Like, it felt like a cheap little movie that you would have got on VHS that you'd never heard of and that never existed except that it went to VHS. Like some little made for home video thing where they're just selling you on the floppy Ghibli bits and the violence. That's what it felt like. Again, very 90s. The last story is about this lady who goes and hunts demons, and she's out here to rescue this little kid. It's a nice, quick, short story. It gets in, we get a bunch of violence, and then we're out. And that's it. That's the book. There are 3 fun little stories in here. Individually, like, each one of those felt like it could have been part of a larger story, so I imagine it will be. And that first story looks like it's leading into a 2-part miniseries. What was it called? Razor Afterlife. So I don't know if this Razor character is been around in other books or something. This is the first time hearing of her. She's on the cover. She's only on like 2 panels inside this entire book. But yeah, this was surprisingly fun. If you want something with some like great looking line work in it and some simple stories you don't got to think too hard about, go for this. What does this even cost me? There's no price on the back. There's no price on the cover. I don't know. This cost me X amount of dollars, and that's okay. You all take care of yourselves. You have a great one, and maybe consider picking this up if you're into exactly the kind of things I was talking about. If you want something that feels like a 90s VHS rental, you went to Blockbuster on Friday night and you're like, oh man, what should we get? Oh, let's get Razors. Yeah, good choice. Take care of yourselves. Bye bye.